The second American aid worker infected with Ebola in Liberia is now back on American soil. She and a doctor were treated in that West African country with an experimental drug not yet evaluated for safety in humans. Welcome to your Tuesday lunch break. I'm Lee Hawkins in for Tanya Rivero. Joining with details is WSJ special writer Peter Loftus from Philadelphia. The experimental drug administered to the two Americans is called ZMapp, and it's being developed by San Diego MAP Biopharmaceutical Inc. Tell us what you know so far about it, Peter.
The company MAP, they're calling it a 3-drug cocktail. It consists of 3 what are known as antibodies, monoclonal antibodies, and they're derived from plants. The drug, as you pointed out, has not been evaluated for safety in humans. It was just identified as a drug candidate in January, and so there haven't been any of the typical clinical trials that a company would need to conduct in order to demonstrate a drug's safety and efficacy and then get it approved and on the market yet. We're very early in the process.
Okay, so just to point out, MAP said in a statement, any decision to use an experimental drug in a patient would be a decision made by the treating physician under the regulatory guidelines of the FDA. So, Peter, what was the process to get this drug to patients so quickly? Apparently,
the charity organizations for whom the infected workers worked, they had gotten in touch in Africa with a scientist from the National Institute of Health who had some knowledge of what MAP was working on, because the NIH actually did some of the or funded some of the early research behind this drug approach, and they put them in touch with the company, and from there the company somehow got the drug over to the patients in Africa, and they began treatment there.
What's the timeline for the results? How soon will we know how it worked out?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think the charities have said that they've seen signs of improvement in the patients. But as the director of one of the NIH institutes told me yesterday, it would be hard to know that the drug itself was responsible for the improvement, because it's just 2 patients so far, and that they really need to conduct a clinical trial with more patients to actually prove whether the drug is better than other options. And frankly, there aren't many other good options right now.
Well, we hope it works out. Peter, thank you so much. Keep us informed on that. Thank you.